Hi, ladies. I hope you can hear me. I have no idea if this is like a thing. I have no idea. Also, I apologize. I look like a hobo. I just got back from gymnastics and from tanning and all of those like really fun things that I do. And I feel like, okay, I'm like kind of embarrassed to tell you guys this, but I'm gonna tell you this anyway. So I am from New Jersey, right? And I really have been having this like gym tanning laundry kind of a day, and that's really like I should be embarrassed by it, but like I'm not so much embarrassed by it, but like I feel like I should be, if that makes sense. Like I went to gymnastics and then went to and then I went tanning right after, and so I feel really Jersey Shore right now. I'm not gonna lie. Hi, Rachel. And so, okay, so I wanted to tell you guys like this like little story about the first time I invested in my business. So last year oh, hi Morgan. I can't do the yo. I can't do the yo. I'm done with that. Don't say that again. You're not from Philly. Um, so anyway, so the first time I invested in my business, right, and I was like really skeptical about it. But I was like, okay, I have to invest in my business to take my business seriously. And so I met this coach and we did not click. We did not vibe. I like talked to like a bunch of other coaches that I totally clicked with, but instead I like got bullied into working with this one and she kind of, yeah, she just like was a total bully. And so I was like, okay, I'd never worked with a coach before, so maybe like that's what I need. That's what I need to do. I need to work with a coach who's going to be like a little mean and like kind of like a little bit of a bully. And so I paid her in full, which I did not have the money to do, but I did it anyway because I was like, okay, this is me really caring about my business. This is me really showing the world and the universe and like my family and everything that I take my business very seriously. And so it was kind of like buy groceries and pay for rent or like pay for this coach in full. And so I chose to pay the coach in full because I was like, okay, she's going to help me make this money back. And it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's like totally fine. We can live on ramen noodles for a few days and that's not a big deal. Okay. So I paid for this coach in full. And the first time that we had a scheduled meeting, she didn't show up. She just like didn't come. And I was like, okay. Then she emailed me a couple hours later and she's like, listen, I'm sorry, I was very sick and I like forgot to email you. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Story of my life. And then she didn't show up the second time. And then she didn't show up the third time. And the fourth time was my favorite. Honestly, the fourth time was my favorite because she emailed me and said that she had so much snow that she had no power. She lost power in her house. And I was like, well, that's really funny because I live 25 minutes away and it's like 60 degrees outside. So in like those like 15 miles, you are like 40 degrees colder than I am. I don't think it's snowing outside. I could drive there and like check that out, but I don't think it's snowing. And I said that to her. I was like, it's not snowing. And I think she like forgot that I like lived really close by because she sent me a picture of a snowstorm from like 2 weeks prior. And she's like, no, see, here's the snow. And I was like, okay, again, I live like right in Philadelphia. Like I live right by Philadelphia. And I promise it's not snowing in Philadelphia. And so I could turn on the news. I could use my weather app and I could tell you it's not snowing. And so there's no reason for this to be happening. So turns out that I wasn't the only one this happened to. There was like hundreds of people who paid her in full and she just like never showed up. And I was like devastated. You know what I mean? Because I felt like such a failure. I felt like such like a loser because I told my husband this was like the right thing for us and that it was going to be okay and he shouldn't worry about finances or anything like that. And I was like, it's fine. It's not a big deal. And then this person just like shit on me, basically. That's what she did. And I was so upset. I was so devastated. I was like, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe like my radar didn't go off. I can't believe that I let myself get conned like this. I can't believe there was like a lot of I can't believes. And I just felt so terrible about myself and my business. And so I quit my business last year, quit it. And then it took me a long time to get back on the saddle, like literally almost a year. I left my business last year in like April, and I started this business in March. So it took me like a really long time to get myself back out there and to really want to do this business again. It was a process, and I had to start all over from scratch. You know what I mean? The people that started their businesses at the same time with me were light years ahead of me now. And so I'm starting over, and I still talk to some of those people that started a year ago when I did the first time, and they're really great, but like we're just not in the same place anymore. And part of the reason we're not in the same place anymore is because they've spent the last year investing in themselves, learning, up leveling, like doing all those things. And so when the conversation came up again this year about investing in myself and getting coaching, oh, sorry, see, look there. I decided that it was like really important that I invest again and do way more due diligence than I did last time. And so I invested in B School, and that was the most money I've ever spent on a program. I spent a couple grand to go to B School, and the way that I feel about my business is differently. The way that I show up in my business is differently. Like, I've done like 4 Facebook Live videos today. 4. That did not happen last year. That was not a thing last year. I never did it. I mean, last year everybody was on Periscope. That was like a thing. I don't think anybody uses that anymore. But like, I never did it. I never jumped on that platform. I never like got there. I never did like any of those things. And so for me to like invest, it just made me feel like totally different about my business. Like I just feel different about it. I feel, I don't even know how to describe how I feel about it. And hi, Tina. So I don't even know how to like describe how I feel about my business now that I've invested. It's just like a totally different feeling. Like I feel way more legitimate. I feel way more attached to my business. I feel way more prepared in my business. I just feel a lot of things that I didn't feel last time. And I think a lot of that is because I did invest. Oh gosh, see, I am so tired. It's going to be an early day. Last night I was up till 3 and I got up at 6. So tonight that's not happening. So anyway, oh, thank you, Morgan. I'm going to talk about the name update because I'm really excited about that. So anyway, so now that I have like invested in my business and things, like I walk around differently. I feel differently about my business. And that's kind of why, and Tina, go to bed. I know I am going to go to bed. I'm making dinner right now. I haven't even had dinner yet. It's almost 9 o'clock and I have a client meeting in a little bit. So that's where my life is. I should be drinking more water. I'm going to grab water. That'll like prevent the yawning. So anyway, so now that I have invested in things, I just feel differently. I feel way more legitimate. I'm like way more excited about my business. And so that's why I created like this 2-month program. And so, I mean, it's going to be a totally different ball game for you, I feel like. And the price that I'm charging right now for it is going to be less than what the payment plan is going to be in a few weeks when I have like a formal launch. But I wanted to offer it to you guys first before I did like a big formal sharing it all over God's green earth and stuff like that. And so really, like, it's the same amount of time as B School. And if you guys have been in the online space for any amount of time, like, you know the success that comes out of B School. People like Emily Williams have come out of B School. People like Jessica Nazarelli have come out of B School. And like they made their first like 500 a year in those 8 weeks. You know what I mean? Like they made their first 500 from her, and it's not even 8 weeks. So B School is an 8-week program, and 2 of those weeks are quote implementation weeks, right? So you don't even learn anything for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks out of the 8, you don't even learn anything. So I'm just saying, it sounds like 8 weeks doesn't sound like a lot of time, but it is. It's a lot of time. There's a lot of growth that can happen. There's a whole lot of things that can happen in 8 weeks. And so it's really what I'm hoping for with this program. Again, it's only open to 3. Like, I'm only opening it up to 3 people. And it's not just for coaches and things like that. Like, you can talk to Nicole Morin. She does LuLaRoe. And like before, she was like, it was like a kind of a hot mess express. And I love Nicole. And now Nicole has her own office, and she is like booking fundraisers and booking parties. And, you know, she's having these 6K months, and, you know, she is like starting another business and things because I've like given her the tools to do that. Sarah Cohen, right? You can talk to her anytime. She is a virtual assistant and things, and we have just, in the last couple week or so, right, she's made tremendous strides in her business, and she has something really exciting coming, and it's just been really cool to be like a part of that. And so, look, there she is. You know, Sarah's just got like some really cool things coming up, and I'm really excited about that. And it's only been a week. Like, Sarah can tell you what like an hour on the phone like does with me. And so in this program now, you're going to get 8 1-hour calls, and then you're going to get instead of an implementation week like Marie Forleo does, you're going to have an intensive week twice, where you're going to get an extra 2 hours. So it's a 3-hour, you know, chunk of time that you're going to get with me that week, which is crazy, which is so crazy. And so really you're getting 12 hours of one-on-one time with me, unlimited emails, you know, custom workbooks. I don't do anything like standard, you know, that's just not how I roll. And so, I mean, it's really just going to be tailored to you and whatever you want and whatever you need. And so I'm just really excited I'm really, really excited about it. I'm not going to lie. I think it's going to be so good. I think it's just going to be really good. And so anyway, so I'm really only offering it to 3 people. And that's it. I'm only offering it to 3 people. And I mean, I'm really planning on closing the doors like tomorrow. I'm going to say like Thursday. Like Thursday morning, like noon. Thursday at noon is the cutoff date for this. And I'm never going to offer it this low again, ever. It's never going to happen again. So I just want to encourage you guys to really like think about your business and where you want it to be and where you want it to go. And, you know, if you've learned anything from my story, like, seriously, investing in myself was the best thing I've ever done. And it has made me a totally different business owner. It's so nice to have somebody to bounce ideas off of and to talk to and to really just kind of grow and strengthen as a business owner. And so that's what this is for. And it's going to be totally custom to you. 3 of you could sign up and want to talk about the same thing, but the approach is going to be different for everyone. And the workbook is going to be different for everyone. And the launch plan is going to be different for everyone. And the strategy is going to be different for everyone. And so I'm really excited to do that. I'm really excited to offer something like that to you because, again, I'm never going to do it this low again. I was talking to Nicole, and so I am considering weekly payment plans. It would be like a $300 deposit, and then, you know, every week it would be whatever it is. I don't know, like $100 a week after that or something like that. Not even, probably be like $80 a week after that. So that's where I'm at. And yeah, I'm just really excited about it. And I hope you guys are excited about it, because this is the reason I'm yawning. Is because I've been thinking about it so much. And I just want to tell you guys too that I think about you guys like all the time, you know, and I wake up in the morning thinking about you guys. I go to sleep thinking about you guys. I spend my days thinking about you guys. And that's kind of what I have going on. And I just like really want to be there and support you. And when I work with you and we talk about your business, I treat it like your business is my business. And your success is like my success and things like that. And so, yeah, that's that. Also, I'm going to tell you, because I believe so much in what I'm doing, and I believe so much in you and your success, that if in 8 weeks you have not made some kind of like return, you know, you haven't recouped the money you've spent with me by signing clients or things like that, I will continue to coach you until you do. So whatever that means, I will continue to coach you. It's not going to be like anything extra or anything like that. I will just continue to coach you until you have like recouped your investment. And that's really important to me. So I don't know. So just imagine, you know, where your business is now and think about where you want it to be and ask yourself if you're going to get there on your own. Ask yourself if you have been getting there on your own. Ask yourself if you've hit the goals that you wanted to hit by DIYing your business. And if the answer is no, if you haven't hit your goals, if you haven't seen the success you want, if you haven't done any of those things, then I really encourage you to grab one of these spots. We can talk about payment plans and all of those kinds of things, but I just really encourage you to grab a spot, and so we can really just up-level hardcore in your business, and that's what I have for you. Morgan brought up the name change. So I decided, and this was part Sarah, so you can thank Sarah for this, but my business page and this group have the same name, and the group came first, which is probably like backwards, but the group came first. And it can be confusing, like whether I'm posting on the group or if I'm posting on the page. And so Sarah and I were talking about it. And really, we're just like a society of classy CEOs. We're just not that I look like one right now. I look like a hobo. But we're just like this little society of amazing female entrepreneurs. And so we decided to add the society because that's what you guys are. You're TCCS. That's you now. And because really, this is just a big support system. You guys are just a big family. We're all in this together. There's a very small percentage of women who do what we do. And so I just want you guys to know that you're supported and loved and cared for, and that I'm just always thinking about you. And so I'm going to go make dinner, and I will talk to you guys so soon. Bye.